Welcome back to the Energy Action Coalition's video blog. I hope last week was a tripto-fantastic holiday for everybody out there, and you feel well rested and ready to get back to work. But just something about last week kind of creeps me out. Watching Bush pet his part in Turkey is just kind of weird. Oh well, let's get this thing kicked off. We're getting super excited to be shifting into high gear into PowerShift 2009. It's for sure to be one of the biggest events in the youth climate scene ever. Last week we went and checked out the DC Convention Center, which is going to host this year's event, and the excitement just started to bubble over. We're going to take the momentum generated from PowerShift 2007 and PowerVote and roll it on into PowerShift 2009. Check out some highlights from PowerShift 2007.
Forever around the world, people will remember this date, November the 5th, 2007, because the revolution starts right now. The revolution has started right now. Remember the 5th of November. Remember the 5th of November.
Exactly 1 year from today, we will have a new Congress and a new president. You have 1 year to prove that you are worthy of being our representatives in this government, and if you don't, you will need to look for a new job as millions of young voters throw their support behind more progressive and pro-environment candidates committed to ending the climate crisis and protecting future generations.
How am I going to translate this energy? How am I going to get my folks back home to understand what we can do together? Just don't give up your idealism. Don't accept coal. Don't accept nuclear. Don't accept anything but the clean, green way forward. Don't back down. Don't back down. Don't back down. And you'll change this country.
Today, December 1st, the United Nations Climate Change Conference began in Poznan, Poland. Aaron Connet Berggren wrote a great article on itsgettinghotinhere.org highlighting the 5 key things to watch for in Poznan. Number 5, forests. The forest issue is now coming back in the climate talks in the form of REDD, reducing emissions from deforestation and degradation. The UN does have a way with acronyms, doesn't it? Number 4, China. This country is now officially the world's largest greenhouse gas emitter on an absolute scale. This is not to mention being the world's most populous nation, which makes it one of the most important countries in the quest to stop climate chaos. 3. Money. In this case, the money is specifically needed for 2 things: adaptation to help poor countries cope with the effects of global warming, and technology transfer to help other countries grow their economies in a clean, green, lean sort of way. Number 2, the United States of America. For the past 8 years, the U.S. delegation has been pulling out all the stops to prevent climate progress. However, the balance of power has shifted. It remains to be seen the role the U.S. will play in the future international climate scene. And of course, number 1 is you, the Youth Caucus. Aaron writes, "Youth from around the world have spent the last year preparing to hit the ground in Poland and speak truth to power. We have one climate, one future, and one chance to avert disaster. Will you join us?" Last week, Walmart announced that they're going to start buying power from wind turbine farms in 360 of their Texas outlets. This being one of the busiest shopping weeks of the year, let's take a moment to look at some big box retailers and see how they were green graded last Earth Week by dvice.com. Staples is a member of the US EPA WasteWise program, which helps companies implement solid and industrial waste reduction measures. Too bad there's a recycling fee of $10 per piece of large equipment. Apple's iPod recycling program offers a free recycling for any iPod. In 2006, though, Apple was taken to task for not removing more toxic chemicals from its products. And the best company graded on the website was Best Buy, which offers grants for local recycling programs and is a member of the EICC, a coalition of companies that sets high environmental standards. Thanks for joining us for this edition of the Energy Action Coalition's video blog. Of course, this is always a work in progress, so feel free to send comments and questions to our email address, theteam@energyaction.net. I hope you enjoy all your Thanksgiving leftovers, and we'll see you again next week.